morning, namaste. Thank you so much for joining today. As always, please practice according to your condition, your abilities. If you know the practice well and you are familiar with the variations, and I invite you to go ahead and explore them. Otherwise, please modify and respect your limitations. Remember, always a practice is an offering. And so what you are feeling is to an extent affecting everybody. So you try to feel good as much as possible and practice in a way that is mindful, is conscious. That'll deliver the best experience. So on that note, let's begin. Sit tall and straight, close the eyes, and bring the attention inward. Nothing to do, nothing to seek. Everything you need is already within. Let's begin with the sound of Om 3 times to attract divine attention. Imagine you're becoming one with all beings. Fix your mind on God alone. Rest your thoughts in God alone. And in God you will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. Shivaya. I bow to the inner light. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Shivaya, Om Namah 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 Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering and enjoy this practice to our senses. May we always have a strong desire for liberation from pain and suffering. And may we cherish no ill feelings against each other. Only peace, love, joy, and compassion. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So let's do some breathing now. The gateway into the higher realms of yoga helps to control the mind, the vital forces, through the control of vital forces. When the vital forces are calm, your mind is under control, you are in a good space. When you're not in control, when your mind is when you're not in self-control, then your own self is your worst enemy. So let's start off with just breathing to help promote the calmness of mind. to remove restlessness, to remove cravings as well. We'll do this with a breath retention. So we'll just do 8, 6, 8. 8 on the inhale, 6 on the breath retention, and 8 on the exhale. So you don't, since the retention is very short, you don't have to apply any locks. You just hold your breath and you hold the attention at the space between the eyebrows, which is the seat of divine perception. Left hand in Yana Mudra, second finger and thumb connected, other 3 fingers straight on the left knee. Right hand, Vishnu Mudra, second, third fingers fold down towards a palm. When you turn a palm towards you, this is no longer Vishnu Mudra. We use this mudra for pranayama, with the thumb for the right nostril, controlling the passage through the right nostril, the right ring finger for the left nostril, controlling the passage of breath through the left nostril. Okay, so try to keep your mind, your attention on the breath the whole time. And if you lose your attention, don't worry, just bring your attention back. It's at the beginning, the mind is always racing and it's always moving. It's a wild animal, but eventually over time the mind becomes tame. So 8, 6, 8. So on the so exhale completely, empty the lungs, sit up tall, close out the right nostril, inhale through the left. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Close both sides of the nose. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale out to the right side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Make the inhale nice and even. Inhale 2 to the right. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold the breath for 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale out to the left gradually. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale to the left. Keep your fingers close to the nose. 4. Feel yourself filling up. 6, 7, 8. Hold the breath. Hold the attention at the space in your eyebrows. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale out to the right. 3, 4. Make it so that you're completely empty by the 8th count. 6, 7, 8. Inhale again to the right. Fill up completely. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold the breath. Hold both sides of the nose closed. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale out to the left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now watch the movement of the breath. Inhale down to the root of the spine. 2, 3, 4. Feel the breath. Watch the breath descending. 6, 7, 8. Hold the breath. 2. Both sides of the nose close. 4, 5, 6. Exhale out to the right. Back up. 2, 3, 4. Make it so you're trying to bring the breath right up to the opening of the breath passage. 6, 7, 8. Down on the inhale immediately. 2, 3, 4. Descending towards the root of the spine. 6, 7, 8. Close both sides of the nose. Hold the breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale out through the left. 2, 3, 4. The breath rising up. 6, 7, 8. Down left. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Close both sides of the nose. Hold the breath. Keep the attention to the space in your eyebrows. 5, 6. Exhale out to the right. 2, 3, 4. Lose yourself in the movement of the breath. 6, 7, 8. Inhale down to the right. 3, 4. Keep absorbing yourself in the movement of the breath. 6, 7, 8. Close both sides of the nose. Hold the breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale out through the left. 2, 3. Breath rises back up. 6, 7, 8. Continue on your own. Next time you exhale out of the left side, conclude. Whenever you're done, just sit quietly, take your time, don't rush it. Do the full cycle as it's meant to be done. This is just a taste of the technique. You can do this at any time. Try at one sitting to do 12 cycles. And each week perhaps you can add on 1 or 2 cycles. The more you do it, the more you bring your mind. The mind stays in a state of calm. And just observe the state of the mind now. Have no judgment as to what you observe, even if the main mind is still racing. Be unconcerned as to the frequency of the thoughts coming in and out. Just be like the witness, undisturbed, unaffected, unjudging. We try to stay in this mindset of being the observer, no matter what you're passing through. These are just the states that are constantly shifting due to your conditions and due to whatever's going around. Be like the witness, stand supreme, be unaffected. Good. Now, on that note, let's begin to practice. Stay in that mindset of merging with the divine supreme witness as within. The supreme witness who watches everything with unconditional love and non-judgment. Just do your best and make this a worthy offering of that supreme divine witness. So now let's come to standing. So we'll begin with charging breathing. Bring the feet about 10 inches apart. Bring your arms above the head. From the soles of feet, inhale all the way up through the body to the fingertips. 2, 3, 4. Feel as though you're being flooded by the earth's energy. 6, 7, 8. Holding your breath and the attention at the fingertips. 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale all the way back down. 2, 3, 4. Feel the charge working right through to every part of your body. 6, 7, 8. Inhale again. Use your attention to attract all the earth's energy right through the body. 3, 4. Feel it rising up and flooding you. 6, 7, 8. Holding it all at the fingertips. Hold the breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale all the way back down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time, pull your energy right up through the fingertips. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold it all the fingertips. Hold the breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale all the way back down. 2, 3, 4. Feel fully charged and ready to practice. Make use of that energy throughout the practice. Now bring your arms down. We'll continue with some warm-ups to prepare the body for the practice. Start to swing from one side to the other. Feel as though the arms are heavy ropes. It's up against the body. Shake faster. Feel as though your arms are dead. Shoulders move very, very rapidly. Head flying in all directions. And then start to slow it down. And then hands on the hips. Circle the head. Make large circles as possible. The ears touching the shoulders. The chin to the chest. The back of the head to the top of the back. And then reverse the direction of rotation. Good. And then from here, swing the right arm forward. Feel as though we're very loose. like you're holding a weight of 5 pounds in your hand and then going the opposite direction. The heaviness of the arm will make the arm swing more easily. And then the other arm, left arm forward. And then backwards. Make as though you're winding up the throw ball. And then start with your hands in front, and then one arm goes up, one arm goes the other down. So, spinning in opposite directions. And then come back to center, go the other way. And then release. Now arms up over the head, take hold of the opposite elbows, bend to your left. Go to the right. Try not to make folds the inside of the body. Come up, go to the other side again. Pull on the elbows to get a nice deep stretch through the side body. And go the other way. Coming back. Circles over the head. Little circles. Mostly the head, neck, and shoulders moving. And then starting to make the circles a little bit larger. Adding in the chest and the upper back. Feeling these sensations coming into the hip, the waist. And finally, if you feel comfortable, trace large circles in front of the body, like a windmill. The arms coming right across the feet almost, and come up, and then go in the other direction. Again, starting small, head, neck, and shoulders. And then gradually getting larger, chest and the upper back coming into the movement. And finally, large circles as possible. The forearms sweeping right across the tops of the feet. And then coming all the way back up. And then release. Shake out the wrists, move the fingers very, very rapidly. Again, no control over the hands, they're moving all by themselves. And then up and down like the wings of a hummingbird, so fast. Again, you can't even see them move, the fingers. And then release. So now from here, let's see, arms out to the side if you like. You can always come to a wall, left hand on a wall, and then swing the right leg back and forth. If you have your hand on a wall, you might be able to swing your leg a little higher and easily. Feel like the legs have got a pendulum. Try to get your knee to the shoulder, leaning forward. Then throwing the leg and the head back. Good. And then the other side. So the right hand on the wall if you like, and then left leg swings back and forth. And then release. Start with your head down, humility pose, hands by the sides. On the inhale, we're going to start to lift the arms and the heels. Inhale, up, 2, 3, lift up off your heels, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, and down, 2, 3. Feel the body rising up gracefully. Keep on inhaling, coming up off your heels, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, and down, 2, 3. You have to push through with your toes. Engage the calf muscles and the thigh muscles. And the core chorus from the legs. 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3. And down, 2, 3. Last time. Inhale, 2, 3. And come up, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3. And down, 2, 3. With your head down, just keep on embodying that humility throughout the practice. Think of this as your divine obligation to all beings everywhere. Renounce all the fruits of the practice. Bring them instead to a higher purpose for the benefit of all beings. So now let's come to the front of the mat. Surya Namaskara. Hands to the heart. And let's bring your arms up over the head, reach up high. Come down. Chest on the thighs, hands to the ground. Right foot back, lower down the knees, sink down to the seat, bring the head back. Come into high plank. Lower down the knees, bring the seat all the way back on heels. Glide forward between your arms smoothly. Coming up into cobra. Uncoil, bring the head back. Take the seat all the way back behind the heels. Come forward again. Tug at the floor of your arms like you're trying to pull the floor towards the body. Raise the chest. Bring the shoulders back. Widen up the chest as well. Take the seat back one more time. Brush your nose to the ground. Come forward into cobra. Arch the back. And then roll over your toes, downward facing dog. Allow the heart to melt down, allow the head to come down below the arms. The right foot steps forward, back knee down, sink down to the seat. Then bring the feet back together, chest on the thighs, head down. Come right to standing, reach up over the head, arch back. Come back home, hands to the heart. Raise your arms up again, reach up high. Come forward and down into Uttanasana. Bow down in zone humbleness. Left foot back, lower down the knee. All the movements reflecting surrender, obedience to the Guru within. Come forward into Cobra. With some effort and obedience to the Guru, you will find success. You will make progress into Cobra. One more time, take the seats back. Come forward. Pull shoulders back, head high. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take the seat up and the head down. Soften the line of the heart. Or the back, sorry. Left foot forward, sink down to the seat. Feet come together, Uttanasana, chest on the thighs, head down. Come right up to standing, reach up. Hands back to the heart. Don't worry about the breath, just move the body in a way that feels natural and comfortable. That allows the breath to remain steady and even and uniform. Just move the body, the breath will follow. Right foot back, lower down a knee, and delivers ease and power and fluid movement. Bring the knees down, the seat back, the seat behind the seat back behind the heels. Now as you're coming between your hands, when your hips come between your hands, lift the hips and knees away from the ground, upward facing dog. Back into downward facing dog this time. Right foot forward, back knee down, seat down to the seat. Feet come together, Uttanasana, chest on the thighs, head down. Come right up to standing, reach up and back. Come back home, hands to heart. Raise your arms again. Stretch the whole front of the body. Fold the body down. Pretend you're the witness watching the body moving all by itself. Left foot back, lower down the knee. Sink down to the seat. Into the plank. Lower down the knees, the seat all the way back. Again, come forward as the hips come to your hands. Bring the knees and hips up off the ground. Engage the legs. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift the seat up and back. And then left foot forward, back knee down, sink down to the seat. Shoulders back. Feet together, Uttanasana. Bend the knees, head down. As you need to bring your chest on your thighs. And if you can, push your body into your legs, head down. Come right up into Hasta Uttanasana. And back to Pranamasana. Always come back to the source of divine love. Reach the arms up, over the head. Come forward and down into Uttanasana. This time, right foot back. This time, do not drop the knee to the ground. Keep the back leg strong. Into the plank. From here, bring the seat back, if you can, right into upward facing dog. So pull the elbows into the body. Push into with your toes, your heels, your palms. Try to make it all the way through without dropping hips and knees to the ground. Of course, if you need to, lower your knees down just as we did before. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. From here, right foot steps forward, back knee stays lifted, and then left foot vaults in to meet the right, Uttanasana. Come right to standing, reach up over the head. Hands back to the heart. Throw up every moment an expression of divine love to the highest self, to God, who we all serve. And through that connection, divine connection, we serve all beings. Bring the left foot back, because God is equally present in all beings. Bring the seat back behind the heels. Again, try to make it right through into upward facing dog if you can. Be mindful of your shoulders. If you have any shoulder injuries, of course, bring the seat back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left foot forward, back knee stays lifted, and feet come together. Uttanasana, chest on the thighs, head down. Come right up to standing, reach up over the head. Come back home, hands to the heart. A little bit of indefinite variation this time. Adding on, reach the arms up, stretch. And as you come down, join your hands behind the back, bend your knees, and push your body into your legs. Uttanasana, deeper version this time. Your hands come over your shoulders, maybe in front of the head. If you can, get your legs straight. Now from here, without dropping hands down if you can, keep your belly on your thighs, right foot back, lower down the knee. Right into Kapiyasana. Swing your arms up over the head. Arch the back, pull the arms back. And then from here, plant your hands down. Step back into high plank. If you can, knees lower down Chaturanga into upward facing dog. If it's too much, knees, chest, forehead to the ground. And into upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Now from here, the right foot steps forward. Lower down the knee, flatten at the toes. Right up again. Kapiyasana, bring your arms up over the head. Arch back. Now from here, without touching your fingers to the ground if you can, lean into the front leg, belly on your thigh, left foot comes into meet. The right foot, chest on the thighs, Uttanasana. The head comes down as though you're bowing in deep humility. Come right up to standing. Reach the arms up over the head, arch back, engage the buttocks and the upper back to support your movements. Back into Pranayama. Again, raise your arms up over the head, reach back, fold forward. Keep moving according to your conditions. Bend your knees if you need to land your belly on your thighs. Uttanasana. If you can, straighten your legs, the face of the shins if your legs are straight. Now from here, right, the belly on the right leg, left foot back, flatten out the toes if you can. Right into Kapiyasana without dropping your hands to the ground. Modify as you need to. And then bring your hands down. Step back into plank, either Ashtanga Namaskar, knees, chest, forehead down, or into Chaturanga. Through to upward facing dog. Roll over your toes. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Bring the seat back, allow the heart to drop. And then the left foot steps forward, back knee down, flatten out the toes. Sweep the arms up over the head. Kapiyasana, pull the body back the hips. And then from here, again, belly resting on the left thigh, bring the right foot in to meet the left without dropping hands to the ground. Join your hands over your back, over your head, and Uttanasana, head towards the feet. Come right to standing. Sweep the arms up over the head, arch back. Hands back to the heart. 2 more. Raise your arms up. Try a different variation this time. Pull the body down into Uttanasana. Now from here, lift the head and chest, press into your hands, hop or walk back. If you're hopping, hold your breath and bend your elbows as you come down so you don't land with a big, heavy, jarring movement into upward facing dog. Now here, bend the toes under, hips to your hands. Pulse a little bit. Try to bring your shoulders back. Feel as though you're trying to fold your back in half. But keep extending your body by the hips, telescope the neck out of the shoulders. Try not to form any folds in the back, lower back, or the back of the neck. Now bend, press into your toes, lift your seat. And it comes down, and then downward facing dog here. Again, pulse. Try bounce to the chest, try to get your chest closer to the ground, your belly closer to your thighs. Try not to bend your arms. Think of a dog stretching its back, imitate the movement of the dog stretching its back. And exhibit the loyalty of the dog to his master. Good. Now from here, lift the heels, look between your hands, hold the breath. Bring your feet forward, hopping or walking. Pull the body down onto your legs, Uttanasana. Push your legs back with your belly. Come right up to standing, reach up over the head, arch back. Come back home, hands to the heart. And again, raise your arms up, stretch the body by the hips. Fold the body down in half. Uttanasana. Lift the head and chest, hold the breath, press with your hands. hop or walk back into chaturanga, into upward facing dog. Now from here, transition between upward and downward. Round your back, tuck your chin in, and then allow the heart to fall towards the earth. Come forward again, rounding your back, roll over your toes, push the heart right through the center of the chest, and back the other way. Push the heart right between your shoulder blades, roll over your toes, mount the heart to the ground. One more time if you can. Roll over your toes, round your back, then coil gracefully. Feel like a shape shifter moving through the forms effortlessly, smoothly back into downward facing dog. Again, coming back to that shape, think of that dog with its stretching its back, and think of the loyalty of the dog. Tap into all the divine qualities of every form. Now lift the heels, bend the knees, hold your breath, jump your feet or walk your feet forward. Pull the body down onto your legs, Uttanasana. Come right to standing, reach up over the head, arch back. And then bring your hands back to the heart. Take pause here for a moment. From the heart, inhale all the love from the heart right up to the crown. Now hold the breath, imagine you're circulating that, you're making that love circulate everywhere to all beings. Exhale back to the heart, remain established in love towards all beings. And then release. So let's try some balancing poses now. Starting off with ballet pose. So you're standing on your left foot first. If you're having trouble balancing, you can stand with your back against the wall. Take hold of your heel if you can. Flex the foot. Take your arm and leg out at the same time. So if you're having trouble straightening your leg, you can hold underneath the knee if you like and just try to press as much as possible through the inside of the foot. And keep your knee bent if you really can't straighten your leg. If you're more flexible, bring your leg up higher, close to the shoulder. You can even lean back a little bit. Think of a ballet dancer embodying all the grace and the poise of that performer. Now from here, let go of the foot. Try not to drop it down fast and hard. Engage leg muscles. Let's go right into gliding eagle from here. If you can, bend your left knee. You can bring your belly on your thigh, but keep your arms wide. Take the right foot up higher. Arch your back if you can. Think of an eagle soaring through the air, gliding across the surface of the ocean. You have to become what you imagine. Eventually become what you believe. And now from here, press into your right foot, hold the breath. So you can come right back into ballet pose. You need to put your foot down in between. Don't worry about it. Just be unaffected by whatever the gunas is shifting you into. Just dance with them. Now from here, break the pose gracefully. Just watch your body moving through the poses. Imagine your body moving with grace and fluidity, and this may translate into your movements. Now step firmly onto your right foot. Take hold of your left foot. Flex the foot so that it's a little bit easier to keep your balance. And then bring the leg up again, ballet pose. To tap into all the divine qualities, the beautiful, unique ways in which God's grace and magnificence manifests in each form. Now from here, release the foot. Again, engage leg muscles so the foot comes down softly, not hard and fast and making you lose the balance. Right into eagle from here. Try to lift the left leg up higher, as high as you can. Arch the back. The head is about the height of the knee. Think your arms as a great wings of a bird. Good. Now press into your right foot. Hold the breath. Come up. You have to grip the floor with the edges of your feet, the corners of your feet, and the heel and the toes. Right back again into ballet pose. Lean a little bit to the right if you're flexible, if your legs close to the shoulder. And then release, bring the foot down. Good. Now standing in the middle of the mat, facing along the edge of the mat. Index fingers or the fingers together in the same line as the elbows at the height of the shoulders. Jump your feet apart and go to your left. Virabhadrasana 2. Work your hips a little bit so you can get low as you can, so your seat is close to the ground. And when your right hand swings down, the fingers might touch the ground. Come forward a little bit, like you're coming forward with a sense of purpose. No hesitation in your duty to serve. Now swing the right arm up into Virabhadrasana 1. Your hips and shoulders turn towards the front. Bring the head all the way back. If you can't turn the hip all the way, you can lift the back heel. Good. Reach up high here. And then lower the knee down, flatten up the toes, right into Kapyasana, because it's no warm-ups. So see if you can get a little bit deeper into the pose. Push your chest up, pull the body out of the hips, rock your shoulders a little bit. Those who are flexible can try to take your back foot up. Some of you might be able to bend your hands, elbows, and then arms to the elbows and bring your foot to the head. If you can't reach, you can see if you can bring your fingertips on either side of the hips. If your seat this way, bring your seat down so you can get your hands down to the ground, your fingertips. If you press your thumb into the back of the knee and hold the outside beneath your hand, you might be able to guide the foot more easily to your head. And then when your seat is low, you'll be able to find your way with your hands on your foot, on your head. And from here, break the pose. Of course, remember, according to your condition. So from here, we're going to move your hands to the inside of the left foot. Move your left foot out to the edge of the mat. And then roll to the right. Try to get your right hip down, your right forearm. Roll to your left. If your hips are very tight and you can't get your hips down, just stay on your hands, but just keep on dropping your hips forward. Think of a cobra pose. You're trying to keep your hips heavy so that eventually when your hips anchor down, it's a little bit easier for the rest of the body to come down as well. Keep telescoping your chest forward. Feel as though you have rocks in your hip pockets. When your hips are down, maybe eventually the pelvis will come down, followed by the belly, followed by the chest. Make sure your knee's not falling away from your shoulder. Keep your knee in the same line as your foot. Move your foot out a little bit more if you need to. Now from here, come back. Bring the seat back. Slide your foot in a little bit, lift the toes up. Ardha Hanumanasana. Bring your belly onto your thigh. Imagine you try to get your chest in front of your knee, your left shoulder beside your knee, maybe even your chest, your elbows on the ground. Now you can stay here. This is where you're already finding your edge. If you can, bend the toes under, drop your seat forward. Again, coming into an equestrian pose. Slide your hands back so that your head shows more over the hips, and then slide your front heel forward. Hanumanasana. So do this with mindfulness. Again, don't overstretch. Eventually, if your seat's all the way down, those you can take the arms up across the wrists. And this pose is a reflection of faith. Anything is possible. Courage and devotion, all these embodied by Hanuman. Now break the pose here. Lean to your left and see if you can fold the foot so that the heel is on the same line as the knee. And then just rock from side to side. Try to make sure you get a little bit more weight in the right side of the hips so that it can come down. Take hold of the foot with the right hand and slide your left arm forward. Your chest might come right down onto your leg. Your right shoulder on your right knee. Right shoulder on your right foot, your left armpit just over the knee. And maybe you can take the right arm out as well. So pose expresses surrender. Keep lengthening. And then come back. If you can, you move your left foot out a little, lefty out a little bit. And if you can, you try to center your chest over the front of the foot. You might be able to take your elbow to the sole of the foot. If you're more flexible, you might be able to get your left shoulder in front and press against the foot. Left hand on the bottom, right hand pushes down into your left. Roll the right shoulder back, the right hip down. The back leg is just relaxed. You can pull in the knee if you need to a little bit. Okay, so just, if you can't get your elbow, your shoulder in front of the foot, you just take it in front of your shin. Roll the right thigh down, roll the right shoulder back, but try not to make wrinkles in the right side of the waist. And from here, break the pose. Bring the left knee back and see if you can bring your left shoulder in behind the knee. Push against the back of the knee. Now from here, you can bounce the right knee in a little bit so it's more underneath the hip. Bend the toes under and then lean to the left a little. Try to get your left leg to sit on the arm. And then see if you can extend the leg. So you can do it from here. Or if you can, you bring your back knee up off the ground. So you might be able to take hold of the foot. You have to keep pushing into the inside of the leg with the left arm. Visvamiklasana. Just go to extent you can. And then from here, bring the foot down. And then we turn the right knee down. Look forward, climb your way up. Left foot underneath the knee. It's like a box. Right arm up. Angle the toe and knee towards the right. The elbow to the outside of the thigh. Your left hand pushes into the right. And then try to get your belly higher than the thigh. And then keep on trying to get this into the chest. Your thumbs roll the left shoulder all the way back. Those you can push your seat back. Use the left hand if you need to guide the right arm underneath the leg. This way you move your seat back to give yourself a little bit more distance so the arm can come over the back, underneath the leg. Left arm goes over the back, pull the hand out a little bit further. You can lock your fingers together or take your left wrist with your right hand. Last action, hold your breath and take your right knee up off the ground. Pull on the hand, left shoulder moves all the way back. Chest facing up. Now from here, release. But come back this way. Okay, so now hands back to the inside of the foot. Swivel around to alongside the mat. Your toes are facing along the edge of the mat. Arms out to the side and come back up. Go to the other side now. Right knee bends. And again, come forward. With determination, with purpose, with power. Bring the left arm up to meet the right. Virabhadrasana. This poses are yours. Take me dear. Grant me higher devotion. Lower the knee down, flatten out the toes. Kapyasana again. Push your chest up, lean away from the leg. If you need modification, head come to the knee, drop your head back. Or into your seat, push the seat down and pull down and under. Make space underneath your hands, no wrinkles in the back body and the skin underneath your hands. Now again, if you like, bring your fingertips, if your hips are low, beside the hips. Bring the left foot up. You can bring the left hand to the knee and see if you can guide the foot right to the head. And once the foot is close to the head, you can take hold of one left hand to the foot and then keep your seat low. take the other hand. Break the pose. And from here, lizard. So move the right foot out a little bit more to the right. Drop the left side down, left hip, left forearm if you can, or stay on your hands, but keep sinking your hips as well. Roll to the right. So when you're doing this pose, make sure this is not happening. Knee falling way out to the side, or alternatively this. You want to have your foot and knee in the same line. Keep this way with the foot a little bit more, and keep telescoping your chest forward so that the body can come down. When your chest is down, the right shoulder is sitting on the foot. Make sure one side of the hip is not way higher than the other. And you want to try to keep both sides of the hips even. And now coming back. From here, bend bring your right foot in a little bit more to center line, lift the toes, Ardha Hanumanasana. Your right, your chest on your leg, your chest trying to move past the knee, your right shoulder on the other side of the knee. Then from here again, do this way if you can see. Slide your hips forward, push your seat forward, and as your heel comes forward, walk your fingertips back alongside the hips so you're not leaning forward all the time. The final expression, your body's upright, shoulders over the hips, and perhaps you can take your arms up, Hanumanasana. Expression again of divine devotion and faith. And from here, break the pose, lean to your right a little bit, and bring the right foot across the front, and then rock side to side, try to get your left hip to come down. Take your left hand, your foot. If you can't have your foot straight across, you bring the foot in towards the hip. And try to have both sides of the seat. Even if you need to, place a block underneath the right seat as well, or a cushion. And then use your left hand, press into your left foot, slide the right foot, slide your right arm forward. And eventually your left arm can come to meet in front. Being conscious of the movement of the left hip, make sure the front of the left hip is pressing down as much as possible. Tip to the left to bring more weight into your left side. One more extension, reach out. Exhale, feel heavy through the hips, everything falls heavily. And then come back onto your hands. Bring your right knee back up. Now bend the toes under the back foot. See if you can get your right shoulder to come in behind the knee. You can even stay here like this and just keep on pushing into the back of the knee with the front of the shoulder. Eventually you can see if you can lean a little bit to the right so that maybe the right foot can come up. The arm is the leg sitting on your arm, and see if you can take the right leg out. If you can take a bind. You can stay on the knee the whole time, but if you can, you lift your back knee up off the ground. Flatten up the left foot. Push into the leg with the right arm. Visvamikrasana. And from here, right foot down, lower the back knee down, come upright. The legs like a box here, left arm up, go to the right. Right hand on the left. So sometimes this also happens. You're shrinking down, your hands are by the shoulders, your body is trapped by the leg. You have to push the top hand into the bottom so that the belly is free of the thigh, it's over the thigh, and then you have more room to spin. Right shoulder moves all the way back. You want to take the bind, you push your seat back, more distance for the arm to go under. Use the right hand to guide the left arm underneath the leg. The right arm goes over the back, and you join hands together again. Lift the back knee up off the ground, and turn the chest and face up. You can keep on your knee the whole time if you like as well. And then release, facing my way, so I'm going to turn the place and so your hands on the inside of the foot. Spin your feet around to along the edge of the mat. Now from here, take hold of the ankles. If you can step on your fingers with the edges of your feet. Head forward and then pull the body right between your legs. Try to get your head to come down to the ground between your feet. Roll the thighs outwards, roll the shins inwards. If you're more flexible, try to get your back and the head in line with your heels, your chest behind your legs. Now from here, bring your head forward a little bit. Those who want can come into tripod. So your fingers are behind your heels a little bit, or just in line with your heels. The top head's on the ground. Hold your breath, push into your hands. As you can, straddle up. If you can't straddle up, you bring your feet in, you squeeze. Your feet are right beside your hands. You squeeze your insides knees against the elbows, and see if you can bend your toes back away from the ground. And you might bring your feet up, and you can come into headstand from here, just like that. Okay, again, know your abilities, know your limitations. Now those of you who are in headstand of some sort, come back down. So we can either straddle, open up your legs again, engage your muscles, core as you come closer to the ground. Push into your hands so your feet land exactly beside your head, or you come back into teddy bear. And then from here, arms out to the side, come all the way up. Turn your toes outwards. You can walk them in a little bit if you like, but if you're less flexible, it's better to keep your feet wide. Now bend your knees so your knees come over your toes, hands to the seat, push into your seat, pull down, and then allow the head to go back if you feel comfortable. Bring your hands to the back, slide them down one at a time to the backs of the knees. If you like, you can keep them on the seat the whole time. Roll the thighs outwards, roll the shins inwards, your thumbs come further in between your legs. Then push your hips forward and see if you can straighten your legs. Those who are more flexible, keep going. Keep walking down the backs of your legs. Maybe step on your heels. Your heels are stepping on your fingers. And then coming back up. So walk your hands up the backs of the legs again until you land on the seat, push into the seat, pull down, tuck your chin in, and come back up. Roll arms out to the side, jump your feet together. Stand tall and steady like a mountain, Tadasana, from the base of the spine, like the base of your mountain. Breathe up to the ground, which is like the summit. Exhale back down to the base of the spine. Remain unshakable, unmovable in your devotion to the practice. Good. Now from here, come to the back end of the mat. Now if you feel comfortable, you can fall into plank. If you have any wrist issues, don't fall into plank. Just come onto your knees and come into table and into plank. All right, if you feel like you can, you stretch your arms out, hold your breath, push into your toes, and fall forward. From here, plank. side, and then side plank. Move your left hand to the center of the mat. You keep the right ankle in front of the left, and then come to Vasisthasana. Your hands in one line, your hips away from the ground. If you like, you can raise the right leg up. Back down, come back to plank. Go on the other side now. Right hand moves in front of the nose. Again, you can keep your left ankle in front of the right, or feet stacked, arms in the same line. Make sure you don't drop into your shoulders. Those shouldn't be happening, this shouldn't be happening. In case you're going to feel heavy, you won't be able to sustain the pose. If you need to, you drop your right knee down to the ground. And you can raise the left leg up if you like. Come back down, turn to the front, and lower your knees down. So if you can, either sit on your feet and then lean back, like hands back as far as you can. Tilt the hips forward and just allow the head to go back if you're comfortable. If you can, you sit between your heels, Sutta Virasana, and you put your back on the ground. Or if you can't get all the way down, you can just come onto your forearms. Pull the shoulders back as far away from the knees as possible. If you're all the way down on your back, and take hold of your elbows over your head. Bring your thighs together. Now take a deep breath in here. Exhale, remove all fatigue. Relax. Now the body sink down. And now we're going to come back up. Tuck your chin in. Press into your feet with your hands. And make your way up. Press into the left elbow, push your right hand where your right elbow is, and then do the same, come back up. So now we're going to try another round of Vasisthasana. If you want to go a little bit further into wildling and into the advanced variations, go ahead. Otherwise, you can even stay on your knee. Do it from your knee. So you can stay from here. If you want, you can raise your leg up and take hold of the foot, and then pull on the foot. This is a nice variation here. Okay? Or you just do the regular side plank. So let's start in plank position. Move your seat back if you're doing advanced variations. First in downward facing dog, and then move your left hand towards the right. Spin as you would into Vasisthasana. Those hips are high here. Now slide the right toes back. As you do so, pull the left foot back in a little bit. The foot is at 45 degrees on the same line as the rest of the leg. Push your hip all the way forward so your left arm stays extended. And your left big toes on the ground. And then here, you'll take hold of your weight up off your right foot entirely. Maybe catch the knee. If you can, extend the leg. And reach for the foot. Break the pose. Your right foot down. Keep your left arm fully extended. Keep your hip high. Back into downward facing dog. Go to the other side now. So again, make the modifications as you need to. Start in side plank. Right hand now move towards the left. Come into side plank. Keep your hips up. And then slide your right toes back. Slide your right foot in a little bit as well. So they have a shorter base. So you can get the base of the big toe down. If your foot, if you're on the edge of the foot, it'll be hard to keep your balance. You want to have the base inside the foot down. Turn your foot at 45 degrees towards the back corner of the mat. And from here, you might be able to take your weight up off your left foot coming up. And then maybe take hold of the knee or the foot. It takes practice. It might not happen the first few times. Just do your best. Keep visualizing yourself doing the pose. One day the body will obey. Break the pose. Same way as you entered, gracefully. Spin back on the heel of the right palm, downward facing dog. Now from here, coming to plank, lower the right knee down first, swing the foot out towards the left, and bring your left knee right in behind it. Swing the foot out towards the right and then sit back between your feet. Try not to sit on your feet, you're between them. Pull the knees so they're right on top of one another. Doesn't matter if you don't come down completely one on top of the other, but just have them in the same vertical line. The right arm up. Take the arm up. Pull the arm up higher with the left hand at the elbow and bend at the elbow. Try to get your hand down the back, the right hand down the side of the back. You can stay here. If you can take a bind, roll the left shoulder forward and bring your hand up the back. Lock the fingers together, pull the hand down. And try to move your left elbow underneath the right, with this head centered in between. Push your chest up. If you want, you can lean back a little bit. Make sure you don't fall into your hips. And from here, if you like, tuck your chin in. See if you get your right elbow to the ground. Your chin is hanging over the knee. Make sure your seat doesn't come up. Keep your seat on the ground if you can. And then coming back up. So from here, plant your hands down. Lift your seat up. And now we're going to spin. Travel on the same, don't travel. Spin on the same spot. Turn towards, keep walking towards your left. You're walking around with your hands. You're pivoting on your feet the whole time until you're facing forward again. And then lower your seat down between your feet. Now your left foot's on top. If that didn't work, just come back into plank. Your left knee comes down, your right knee comes in behind it. So come back the same way as you did before. Right, so your knees are one on top of the other again. Left arm up. Pull the elbow up higher with the right hand and send the hand down the center of the back. And then see if you can take the right hand up to meet it. If this hurts your shoulder, then just keep, you don't have to bind your hands. Keep your left hand on your right hand on your elbow. Lift your chest. Lean back if you like. A little bit. Bring your chest up. Keep your eyes soft. Don't make your eyes pop out of the head. And from here, bow down. Keep your seat down if you can. And then bring your body down, your body on your side, your chin over your knee, hang over the edge of the knee, and then your left elbow comes down. And coming back up. And release. Shake out the shoulders here. Right, now from here, Kegel postures, headstand. So you can do this against the wall if you like. I can try to do it like or you can do it on a chair if you like. So you can see this. Bring back here. So you place your feet against the wall, your elbows underneath your shoulders, and then you bring your hands up, don't move your elbows, interlace your fingers, and place your head in the between your palms. Lift up, bring your foot on the top of the chair or the seat, and you can bring your other leg over the head. Allow the foot to hang heavily towards the ground behind your back. Okay, keep your knees very bent. Once you press into your forearms, you might be able to eventually, very slowly, pull your toes away from the seat. If you're on the wall, it will look more like this. So you would place your foot around where the height of the hip is the seat, and you just pull your toes back away from the wall. Eventually, you'll find a balance. Okay, so just keep your foot right. Make sure you're not having to reach for the wall. Sometimes you're so far away from the wall that you have to keep your legs straight. You need to have a little bit of room so your knee can bend. So you can pull the foot away from the wall easily and then put it back on the wall if you need to at any point. Try
try for a little bit longer. Those who are advanced can come into lotus if you have a lotus. And just be still. Take your attention to the space between your eyebrows. Nothing to do, nowhere to go, but deeper within, beyond the body, the mind, and the emotions. And from here, start to make your way down. With control, as always, hinge at the hips, bring your seat back behind your shoulders, so you can come down softly. And land in child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Soften everything. Good. Now from here, come back up into shoulder stand. So for advanced practitioners, if you don't have any shoulder and neck issues, you can do the front entry into it. We'll just show quickly, and then for those who are, if this is not suitable for you, then you do it the other way, which I'll show you in a minute. Okay, so if you're doing it from the front entry, again, be mindful of your abilities and your neck and shoulders. If you don't have the neck flexibility, then probably not the version for you. So you bring your head down and just try to push into your forearms and just try to get forward as much as possible. So eventually you can get your shoulders, back shoulders on the ground. Okay, and then your hands come to the back and you're in proud pose. If that's not suitable for you, you start at the front of the mat. You can roll back here. So you tuck your chin in, push into your arms and send your feet behind your head. Bring your hands together behind your back if you can. Pull your arms back so that your shoulders behind, your shoulders blades move together. And from here, you can bring your hands on the back, and then you can either keep your knees close to your shoulders if this is where you're at. You can straighten your legs. If your arms are not behind your back, your sort of elbows are beside your hips, you can keep your legs lower if you want, but keep your legs straight. Your feet are a little bit beyond your head. If you can, however, try to come up one leg at a time so you find a nice straight line. Push into your back, try to get your one foot up very high so you try to touch the ceiling. And then the other one. Straight line from toe to the chin. Push into the mid-back with your hands. If you have a lotus, go ahead. You can always use your hands to get your feet into the lotus more tightly. You can come right into top shoulders. You can take your hands onto the thighs, whether you're in lotus or your legs are straight. Make sure you can come right onto your top of your shoulders. You should be, if you are, you should be able to find your way there easily. Now bring your attention to the center of the forebrow. Reside in that space to try to trigger divine bliss. Imagine God sitting there guiding you, your inner guru. Slowly, if you have a lotus, you do Pindasana, you bring your thighs against your body. If you're able to take a bind, wrap your arms around the outside of the legs. Join your hands just below the seat. Your knees are right to the close to the shoulders. If you don't have a lotus, come back to plow. And if you like, you can bring your thighs against your body and your knees on either side of the head. If your feet are all the way down, you bring your hands behind your back. Nothing to do, again, nowhere to go but deeper within.
if you want, you try to walk your feet over towards your left. Drop your left knee down right on the outside of the shoulder. Push into your left shoulder more. And try to get your right knee down. And from here, you might be able to come right into camel from here. So roll your way up. Uncoil. This is an option, of course. You can stay in plow the whole time. Again, be mindful of your neck and shoulders. To come back, you come back the same way. You bring your left shoulder in front of your left knee. Push into the left side of the head, the shoulder. Your seat up. Come back into plow. You should be pretty much in the same spot as you started. Of course, if you went to one side, you have to go to the other side. So walk your feet over towards the right. Bring your right knee down, right on the other side of the shoulder. Push into that shoulder, the head, and the knee. And then you make your way up. You roll your way up. Find your way to Cobra. These again, just an option. You can stay in plow the whole time. This is just if you know how to do it. Tuck your chin in again. Land your right shoulder in front of the right knee. Push into the right shoulder, the back, right side of the head, and then come back. Your seat is high. You're right back into plow where you started. And from here, hands behind your back, we make our way out. So keep your roll down slowly. Your legs stay in contact with your body as much as for the longest time possible. But then when they detach from the legs, have to come detached from the body, bring them down slowly. Stop halfway. Legs are 45 degrees. And breathe very fast in those like a sniffing dog. Now push into your forearms or beside your body. Your hands might be underneath the seat even. Lift your back up off the ground. Okay, so now you're sort of like in a little boat. Push your chest up, your shoulders back. Bring the top head to the ground. Now if it's too much, keep your legs up. Bring your legs down. And bust your good breath again. Don't move your head. Bring your feet close to your seat. Take your hands out from underneath or beside your body. Place them beside your head. This is an entry into Urdhva Dhanurasana. If this is too much, you just do bridge pose. If your hands are beside your head, press into your fingertips. Lift your seat up off the ground. Push into your fingertips and slide your head back further towards your feet. Turn your hands around. Fingers facing towards the heels. Fingers winged out. You can stay with your head on the ground or on a count of 3. Hold your breath and come up. Take your head up off the ground. 1, 2, 3. Lift up if you can. Lift up off your heels as well. Urdhva Dhanurasana. A great pose for working the stamina, building stamina. Working the cardiovascular system as well. The nervous system. Good. Stay up a little bit longer if you can. If you're a bridge, stay up in bridge. Try to get your chest to look like a wall. And then come down. And then relax on your back. Breathe in. Breathe out all fatigue. Relax. Again, inhale. Feel as though beams of light and energy were coming in right through the skin. Exhale, send it out through all parts of your being. Feel rejuvenated, feel recharged. Now if you need to inside your left foot, if you have very tight hamstrings, bring the right leg up. The knee to the shoulder, so you're starting with your knee bent, your hand on the ankle, and see if you can pull the foot towards you. Take your attention to those hamstrings, those areas where you're feeling tight. That's where the prana will go to release it. You're very flexible. Your left leg is fully extended on the ground. You try
try to straighten your leg. You might be able to get your foot to the ground. You have to let your leg slip out to the right a little bit so that the leg is just sitting against the inside of the shoulder. Take the right foot to the ground beside your head. You have the flexibility. Now, if you want, come into half happy baby pose. Bring the heel up so that it's over the knee again. Slide your left foot in and bring your knee right into your chest like a tuck. You're doing a half tuck with your left leg. And from here, you can see if you can get your right shoulder in front of the knee and push, lift your right side of the seat up, push into the back of the knee so your knee comes close to the shoulder. Now then you can bring your head up, pull your foot back, push it back behind your head if you can, further towards the ground, pull it towards the left. If you lift your shoulders and up off the ground, your head, you might be able to get your foot behind the head. This one, you just bring your knee in towards the body to, if you worm around, you might be able to eventually get your leg behind your head more easily and your body's compact. And then break the pose. Try it with the other leg now. But take a moment here, breathe in. Breathe out all fatigue. And then your other leg comes up. You can start with your right leg in a little, right foot in a little bit with the knee bent. Take your left knee to the shoulder. Keep your knee bent to start. And then pull on a foot, try to get your legs straighter. Again, if you're very flexible, you can see if you can take your foot to the ground beside your head, a little bit behind. Your right leg is fully extended. And then bend your knee, half happy baby pose. You can stay here the whole time. There's always some place you can take the poses, even if it's not the full, complete pose. Just do what you can to the best of your ability. And then, with constant practice, perhaps the body will one day obey. Now you can stay here, or you can see if you can take your left shoulder in front of the knee, the back of the knee, and then push the back of the arm into the knee. You lift your left side of the seat up a little bit. You bring your right knee right into your shoulder. And then you can lift your head up off the ground. Push the foot back a little bit further. Pull it towards the right. You might be able to get your leg to come, or your head to come in front of the foot. Then here, release. So have to try to assume all forms to the best ability you can. If you can't get to the final position, just do what you can. Now take a deep breath in. Exhale, relax. Good. Now make your way up to seated any which way you like. Okay, so now we're going to come onto our bellies, bending the back the other way. Starting off with Shavasana. So keep your weight onto your belly. Now here, lift the chest, engage your buttocks, your upper back, and raise your legs up if you can. Keep your body nice and long. Legs extended, point the toes. And see if you can lift your arms up. Stretch. And down, release, breathe in. Breathe out. Now bring your feet in, or just your feet together, cobra. Hands underneath the shoulders, roll the shoulders back and start to make your way up. If you're If you can't, you don't have a lot of back flexibility, or you're tired, you can just take Sphinx in place, stay on your forearms. Push your chest forward and up, lift your head, drop down so the shoulders feel very heavy. See the lower body, anchored down. Eventually you might be able to take your elbows up off the ground, so we're progressively bring your head back. Curve your spine like a C shape. Then you can start to walk your hands towards you bit by bit. Feel as though we try to fold the body in half, the head over the seat. Make sure your hips are on the ground. It's not upward facing dog. You keep your hips heavy on the ground. Take your head back. Now if you like, separate your feet. Press into your fingertips, come up higher. Push into your fingertips and your seat. Your head back, further back. Keep long. Now if you want, you can also bend your knees. Take your feet up towards your head. And imagine you're holding socks behind your knees. The more height you get, the more close the feet will get to the head. Break the pose, come down. Relax, breathe in. Breathe out. Bring your fingertips on either side of the mat. Bend your legs, bring your heels up again, and then lift your thighs up off the ground if you can. Lift your chest up. Okay, from here, hold your breath so you can take your arms up, like you're skydiving. Now you can stay here, or reach back, pull heels towards you so you can take hold of the ankles. Up, bow pose. If you need to, you can just keep your thighs on the ground, push your hands, pull your feet back, try to get your chest up. As if you pull with your legs, kick with your legs, eventually you've got your wheels to your toes with your head. Stay in the pause. Angry determination. Keep breathing, don't hold your breath. And break the pose with heels close to your seat. Release. Bring your forehead onto your hands. Breathe in. Breathe out. Relax. Now come back into seated position. And bring the legs out in front. Adho Matsyendrasana. So you can do this with your left leg folded in, and your foot is beside your right hip. Your right foot is on the other side of the left knee. If you can't get both sides of the seat down, then you can lean to your left and bring your left leg out in front. Move the foot further forward so it's between your knee and your ankle, not too close to the hip if you're doing this version. Okay, so demonstrate. You can swing to your left and then throw yourself to the right. Press the forearm against the outside of the right thigh, right hand behind your back. Inhale, lift to the chest. Exhale, turn to the right. Push your lower back up and then use the right arm. Rotate around the right arm. If your leg is folded, you can even take hold of your heel with your left hand and then pull on the foot. This might allow you to work your way deeper into the twist. Twist from the base of the spine. Visualize the spine spiraling around itself. This might help you to roll a little bit deeper into the twist. And then coming back, change legs. You can do this version again if you can, or the right leg extends, just like that again, and the foot is on the outside of the shin, not outside the thigh. Move it further out. And then right arm up, and then go to your left. If you know other binds, you can take other binds. Try to get your chest wide, your legs extended. Make sure you're not leaning back. Okay, so it's an active, you're actively twisting. Your shoulders are trying to stay over the line of the hips. And your chin comes over the back shoulder. And then release. And then from here, lie on your back. So make your way down softly. No big heavy landings on the ground. Softly place yourself down on the ground. From here, this is where the purification continues through Shavasana. There are impurities at all levels. On a physical level, these manifest in a way of feeling a blockage or restriction, tightness. So we just try to, with the inhale, collect all that tension, all that feeling of tightness, whether it's muscles, or whether it's the systems, feeling something knotted inside in your digestive system or whatever, or your elimination system. Exhale. Just imagine everything opening up and loosening up, feeling everything soften instantaneously. All hardness dissolved. Feel lighter and feel freer. And the mental impurities, these thoughts that sometimes bring us into a place of negativity, and it can even be just thoughts that we cling on to that prevent us from seeing other perspectives. We're so 100% convinced that we are right, when in fact, that is only in our own reality. For others, is not necessarily the case. Be receptive. We're formed by our own impressions. Our thoughts are formed by our impressions of the past. And the more you cling to these, the more you restrict yourself from opening yourself to new possibilities, and we must experience everything. So open yourself up, be receptive to all perspectives, all experiences. Now the spiritual impurities, those blockages, those physical blockages caused by blockage in the nadis, the psychic receptors, all throughout the body, countless numbers of them. The more open they are, the more of them that open, the more you can realize for yourself. But in order to open them, you have to be in observance of the ethical rules. So imagine all those psychic receptors opening up, and then they can be purified. So send love into all those nadis. Send love out to all beings. It starts there. Everything you have, share. And all the compassion is meant to be distributed to all beings, not just the ones who you love or easier to love. Be compassionate to all,
and just try to cultivate an unconditional love towards all beings. Ingrain that in your mind and heart by saying to yourself, I cultivate love and compassion for all. Say it to yourself 3 times mentally. Eventually, even it becomes unthinkable to hurt a mosquito or an insect. We were there once, or maybe at one point. We will experience that as well. So now let's make our way back to seated position. Ready to carry that into the world, into our day-to-day interactions. Be vigilant of your comportment towards others and towards all beings. We'll close the practice with Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Instill the peace within, send it to all beings everywhere. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the grace of God. All is within. Thank you for joining. Have a wonderful day. Next week as well, I will have to do a live stream very early on Sunday morning because I have something on Saturday and Sunday as well. So I'll have to do this practice probably around 6:30 or so on Sunday. So I'll post in any case. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for your interest. Much love.